Teamwork is the key to success, but with some cabinet positions, including the crucial ones, amid the COVID-19 pandemic remaining vacant until now, could we say that the Marcos presidency is off to a good start? Joining us now is political analyst Julio Teehankee for a look ahead at the Marcos administration. Mr. Teehankee, thank you so much for joining us, Professor. First of all, why do we still have key vacant positions in this Marcos cabinet, particularly energy and health?
Well, Rico, no, one can only hazard a guess, but I would like to think that President Marcos Jr. is really searching for the best possible appointee. No? It's an indication of the importance given by the president to these portfolios. No? So I think he's taking his time.
Could he also be taking his time because there's a lot of lobbying within the various groups who are part of the unit team who want their people to be filling up these positions in the health and energy departments?
Oh, well, that is also to be expected, Rico, since with every electoral victory, it is a product of many parties and individuals who have helped the campaign. So that is also part of the dynamics.
All eyes and ears are now on President Marcos Jr. on his first 100 days in office. In your view, Professor, what should be the priorities of the new president?
Well, yeah, the first challenge for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is to transform his campaign promise of unity into an actual workable program of government. You know, the second Marcos administration is unique since, as the new president himself admitted, he chose to be quiet during the campaign. So it's only now that the public is hearing the details of his campaign mantra of unity. So he promised in his inaugural speech that he will present a comprehensive, all-inclusive plan for economic transformation to build back better. And as Rex Remigio earlier mentioned, he already outlined his key policy priorities in his inaugural speech.
And your assessment, Professor, of the Marcos cabinet team so far, from the economic team led by Ben Jocno to the BIR chief Lilia Guillermo and the COA chairman Jose Calida. Is this a dream team that could take the Philippines to the next level?
Well, in his cabinet appointments, it is quite apparent that he is again borrowing from the playbook of his father of both recruiting technocrats and even close political allies. So I think so far he has a balanced team. Some of his recent appointments are really excellent appointments, like his appointment of Ambassador Ricky Manalo for the post of the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. He's a well-regarded career diplomat, and as well as the other key appointments in his cabinet.
What about from Congress, which will support the new president, which is led by Senator Mig Zubiri, who is assumed to be the next Senate president, and Congressman Martin Romualdez, who is assumed to be the next Speaker of the House? What do you think will be their priority legislations?
Well, he needs to immediately reactivate the Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council, the LEDAC, which was extensively convened by his uncle, former President Fidel V. Ramos. The LEDAC is an important mechanism for harmonizing the executive and the legislative, particularly in the drafting and the passage of the president's legislative agenda. And so he needs to craft his legislative agenda in coordination with LEDAC and present it during his persona. And given his unprecedented electoral mandate, coupled by his supermajorities in Congress, I don't think he will see any major roadblocks.
And let's talk about former Vice President and now citizen attorney Leni Robredo. She launched today her Angat Buhay NGO. Will her supporters continue to stay with her, or was their support during the campaign one and done?
Yeah. So, well, it's a logical continuation of Leni Robredo's campaign, the citizen movement that was born during her campaign, unprecedented. Also, 15 million votes is no laughing matter actually. So it would be a good vehicle for her to continue her public service. No? But then again, it should be more than an NGO in the long run. No? It should be built into a viable programmatic political movement, even a political party. Because in the past, Cory Aquino tried to form her own NGO with Kabisig movement and even Rodrigo Duterte with Kilusang Pagbabago. But these movements eventually disappeared. No? So there must be the political factor to be considered in building this movement.
So you think this NGO will still make the former vice president relevant for a national position in 2025?
It depends on how the movement will eventually turn out. They really need to also work on their messaging. They should also work on their packaging. And yeah, of course, at the heart of it all is the idea of people's empowerment and volunteerism.
De La Salle University professor and political analyst Julio Teehankee, thank you so much for your insights.